A very warm welcome to Varna in Bulgaria and game 2 of our Volleyball Nations League action on this second day of competition in round 4, with host Bulgaria looking for a big performance in front of the home crowd against a Canadian team flying high after their 3-0 demolition job against Olympic champions Brazil in yesterday's opening fixture. Well, Canada's performance against Brazil yesterday was not only their best game so far on the VNL, but the first time they've beaten a team inside the top 7. They beat Brazil 3-0. They also overcame a lack of confidence that's affected their overall volleyball this season. And to add to that, maximum points against the Brazilians put them in contention for a place in the finals in Lille in July. So a continuation of winning form is vital today, and coach Stefan Antiga's masterstroke of talking Gavin Schmidt out of international retirement proved important. Schmidt weighed in with a trademark solid performance. But Canada were good in all departments, and Bulgaria will struggle at the net, especially through the middle, as Canada come in as hot favourites to take this second game. Sanders in the #1 shirt for Canada. Key playmaker for them, the captain. He had a superb game yesterday. We'll certainly have a look at him later as one of the players to watch. And Bulgaria didn't hit any kind of rhythm in their disappointing 3-0 loss to France on day 1. And despite Canada being less highly ranked today, it's not going to be any easier. So the big guns have to come to the party, that's for sure. Bulgaria's leading point scorer, Nikolai Uchikov, looked really tired against France, but the home team desperately need their 32-year-old on his A-game today. But whether he gets a start or not remains to be seen. And losing wing spiker Todos Krimov with an Achilles problem in the first point of yesterday's game was a real issue. But Muslim Menchev proved an able replacement. Coach Plamen Konstantinov knows that his captain Viktor Yosifov and wing spiker Valentin Bratoev must come to today's VNL party. And there may also be a run out for the experienced setter Georgi Bratoev, back from injury this week. Although his replacement, Georgi Saganov, did well enough yesterday. So a bit of pressure on Bulgaria today. Place in the finals now looks unlikely, but they need to finish on a winning run if they can. So for Canada, captain White, Gabriel Yosifov, captain for Bulgaria. Bulgaria in the toss, choosing to serve. As always, nice and friendly down there at the coin toss, but things will get quite interesting out on court. The last time these two played last year in a competition, they managed to win 3-1 Canada, but it was a feisty affair. And talking of feisty affairs, how about that yesterday? An ace serve from the captain, Tyler Sanders, to beat Brazil by 3 sets to 1. Most definitely was not on the cards. Players still coming down from that one. Bulgaria going down by 3 sets to 0 to France, and effectively it was the French second team. There was a lot of bench players, and Bulgaria just couldn't come up with a game plan to do them any damage. So that was our results from yesterday, and today France have had a cracking day already, beating Brazil by 3 sets to 0. So Brazil haven't won a set in 6 here in Varna. That is absolutely incredible. They've dropped to 4th place on the table. France consolidating in top position. So Bulgaria plays Canada. That's our next matchup tomorrow. France versus Canada, Bulgaria, Brazil to finish things off. Should be a great final day of competition. Yeah, I told you we'd confirm those results for you, and here we go. France ahead of Poland, USA, Brazil, Russia, Italy, all inside that top 6. Remember, France already automatically qualified, so that kind of opens things up a little bit, but it's top 5 that go through, and Canada mounting a challenge. They have to win today, and then if they can beat France tomorrow, that would be just perfection here in Bulgaria. The crowd starting to come in now. They will be fully behind their team, who dropped a place courtesy of yesterday's defeat, but also Australia's 3-1 victory over China earlier today. So a first VNL outing for Bulgaria has not been that successful, but it looks like they're going to be able to stay out of that relegation 16th place, currently occupied by the Korean team. Well, some interesting musical offerings in the background, but I can tell you the atmosphere is going to warm up very nicely indeed as we get this one underway. Now here we go. This isn't something you see very often, but 9th major meeting today on the world level between these two, and the previous 8 it shared 4 apiece, but interestingly Canada are the team that have won the last 2 two captains. So that's the scene set in terms of our competition today. In terms of who we're going to see in action later on, well, there's plenty of talent across both of these teams. But yesterday's game by captain Tyler Sanders was just amazing. The setter captain in the absence of John Gordon-Perrin just came up with so many plays. The 26-year-old ran a great offense, but two amazing plays to win the game. One amazing defensive pickup, and then that put them to match point. And on match point, Sanders went back to the service line and served an ace to give Canada a phenomenal victory against the world #1 team, Brazil. Some days don't get much better than that. So watch out for Tyler Sanders today. Flying high on confidence, and he's a very, very good setter in his own right. And he's got some super attackers to work with at the net for Canada today. And in terms of Bulgaria, well, you can pick a lot of players from this talented team, but Svetoslav Gotsev, keep an eye on him. He's going to have a fair amount of pressure, the 27-year-old middle blocker who plays in France for Tours Volley. He's a huge athlete. He really is a phenomenal talent. And not only is he tall, comfortably over 2 meters tall, but he really does jump and move well. And he's going to need all of that today against two very good middle players for Canada. So Gotsev, let's keep an eye on him and see if he can make that athleticism count at the net. Touches 358 on the spike, 335 on the block. If he could be up there today, then it could be key to Bulgaria getting a lot of kill blocks at the net. Give them some kind of hope against a Canadian team. That massive result against Brazil. So there's a couple of players for you to watch going into our final game today here in Varna. And in terms of what we're going to get from here on in, well, you probably know the drill by now on the VNL. Formalities first up, so both teams will take to the court. They'll be joined by their respective flags. They will hear national anthems of both countries. Good chance for the home fans to get right into this match and right behind their team. We'll meet the officials and we'll meet the starting sixes for this game. Can't see too many changes coming from Canada, but I think we might see a bit of movement on the starting six rotation from the home team, Bulgaria. But first of all, the anthems.
First, the national anthem of Canada. Първо ще чуем националният химн на Канада.
Without doubt, the best team Canada have had for many, many years.
And now
looking for another big result today against Bulgaria.
И сега националният химн на България.
play the fans here in Varna today. Got to be behind this team all the way, but Bulgaria down there on court have to deliver. It's a must-win situation for them. To meet our officials. Daniele Rapisada of Italy, 50-year-old from Udine. International referee with the FIVB panel since 2011, and he'll be looking after the game from the stand. From the floor from Greece, Mikhail Demelis. He's been an international referee since 2000. And we do have one player from the Greek Pro League down there on the court. Chinov plays for player volley over in Greece, but whether he gets a start in this game remains to be seen. Let's make the starting sixes then. Don't expect any changes from Canada, and that looks to be the case. So Tyler Sanders will be the captain and playmaker, the setter. Through the opposite position, the big number 12, Gavin Schmidt. Went into retirement, he's been talked back into this team. He was a valuable asset yesterday. The libero Blair Band, the last man out onto court, but also out there, number 17, Graham Vigras, the middle blocker, Lucas van Berkel, another middle blocker, and then the two wing spikers, Nicholas Hogue and Stephen Marr, and coach Stefan Antiga. Still buzzing after that phenomenal result yesterday against Brazil. But his job today is to keep his team focused against what can be dangerous Bulgarian side. Georgi Seganov does indeed get a start in the setter's position, so he's still on court. Boyan Yordanov, the veteran opposite, in the number 11 shirt, is going to be out there. Valentin Bratoev, wing spiker. Number 12, the captain, Viktor Yosifov, through the middle. Svetislav Godsev and Nikolai Penchev, number 17, is going to start. Got some court time yesterday. I'm surprised that we're not seeing Rosalind Penchev out there. But there will be time for him to get out. And the big news for Bulgaria, Boyan Yordanov is going to start ahead of their star, Nikolai Yuchukov. Did look tired yesterday and lost to France. He's lost his place on court today. Coach Plamen Kostadinov has decided that's who he's going to go with. Canadian lineup then, Marr and Hogue through the outside. Sanders, the setter, Schmidt in that opposite spiker position, and the two middle blockers, the impressive Graham Vigras, Lucas van Berkel, 17 and 5, with the madman Blair Ban in that libero position. He was very quiet in his interview yesterday, but that's not how he is on court. He drives this defensive unit along. For Bulgaria, Seganov holds on to his setting spot, but we've got that experienced setter, Georgi Bratoev, on the bench waiting to come in. Godsev and Yosifov, two impressive middle blockers. Yordanov in the opposite position instead of Yuchukov. That's an interesting call. And then Nikolai Penchev and Valentin Bratoev, 17 and 10. Now two wing spikers for Bulgaria. So changes, and plenty of them for the Bulgarian lineup. Canada, the same as they went into the game yesterday against Brazil. What a performance they turned in there. The rest, indeed, history for the Canadian team with a big, big win. Got to do it all again today, though, if they want to keep their challenge up for a place at the finals in Lille in July. Again, do it against a team from Bulgaria that are desperate for a win. Tyler Sanders then gets things underway. Free ball straight up for Canada. Finished through the middle. That is going to be a pressure zone for Bulgaria today. Yosifov and Godsev have the ability to deal with Vigras and Van Berkel, but it's not going to be easy. Nice start then, Canada. Leading 1-love. Easily slowed down in the block. Ah, goodness me. Well, already the middle is a bit of a nightmare for the captain, Yosifov. Vigras here with an incredible hit. He's planted this on the tee of the 3-metre line. The 3-metre line meets the sideline. Anything inside that in a game is impressive. The ace superstar from yesterday, Tyler Sanders, with that winning serve against Brazil. It's worked from Yordanov, in from Yuchukov in this game. Been around for a long time. Boyan Yordanov plays for the Phonicus club now, the 35-year-old, but he's had some big contracts in Europe over the years. Chef to serve. Decent serve. And Schmidt is contained. And Chef back line though. Goes straight into Vigras. Well, that's an incredible start from Graham Vigras. 3 points on the board already for the Canadian middle blocker. His uncle and cousin both played at the Olympics. Bratoev cuts it down the line. Bulgaria say in, officials say in. Canada will have to challenge if they think this is out. Blair Ban says he thinks it's out. So we might see a challenge here from Canada, our first one of the game. 2 challenges per set. If you win the challenge, keep it. If you lose the challenge, lose it. Simple as that. So you've got to use them wisely. Hawkeye says that is in. Oh, millimetres. It's just bitten the line. Great shot from Bratoev. Captain Yosifov on the service line. This is volleyball in the Italian league with Piacenza. What do they need him today? Good serve. Free ball, Bulgaria. Good defence. Just about in the rally, Canada. Marr goes wide to Schmidt, who rolls it out. Good comeback from Bulgaria. Well, Schmidt was awesome yesterday. It was good to see him back in action for the Canadians, but to have that shot again. Yosifov right on cue, just when his team needs him. Big serve. Back it up with another one. Wonderful, wonderful arm from Nick Hogue. He was superb in the win against Brazil yesterday. Just a go-to player, reliability. Stunning kill from him, another player who plays professionally in the Italian league. Trentino Volley is the team that signed Hogue. Vigras serves. It's out, but it's caught the block on the way. That's the important point. And no challenge from the Canadians. They're happy that that hit them. And Valentin Bratoev has made a good start through that wing spiker position. Yordanov. Beautiful. Great feed from Tyler Sanders. That travelled a long way on the reverse, but he got it there quickly to Schmidt, and it peaked quite beautifully, 106.4 kilometres per hour. And the big opposite gets off to a good start. One miss, one in, and it's back to the service line for Schmidt. And it's a good serve. So that missed spike early doors from Schmidt. He's covered by the ace. Now, who did this hit? It's hit Bratoev, who unfortunately had Godsev in front of him, so a little bit of traffic there for Bratoev on that receive. A good serve. Yordanov into the block. It'll come back. Oh, shot. What a shot from Bratoev. No way that Bulgaria should have won that point, but they did. And that's what this Bulgarian team want to hear. Fantastic reaction from the crowd as Bratoev put this one away. They know their volleyball in Varna, and they know that is a very good shot. Crowd fired up now, and Bratoev just a bit too fired up. He blows that serve way over the baseline. Feature player for Bulgaria, Godsev in the front line now, so keep an eye on him to see if he gets a middle attack. No, won't get one from that. But Yordanov works it off the block, and he's working with the crowd now. Here we go. The old boy out there on court for Bulgaria, the 35-year-old, still got it. But Canada not far away from making these blocks. Godsef. Good serve. Hogue deals with it very well. Schmidt off the hands and out. That's a weak area for Bulgaria. Menchev on that left-hand side in front court against Schmidt is a big mismatch. Canada go 8-6 at the technical timeout.
I tried to dive. I just do those. Like far away from
Well, you hear all sorts down there in the timeout zone, don't you? A great comment from Stefan Antiga to Lucas van Berkel. You jumped too high. Didn't think that was possible in volleyball, but it is. If you go too high in the block and you don't penetrate, then you leave your hands, you leave the sides of your arms all open to attack. And he just wants the number 5 for Canada to reach over and not up. There we go, right on cue. Lucas van Berkel back at the service line. Another Italian league player, plays for Marconi Spoleto, the 26-year-old. Timeout produces the serve error. One day someone will produce the stats for that. And it will prove that a lot of serves are missed after a timeout call. Seganov moving around the baseline before he finally hits that serve. Too easy. Way too easy for Canada and way too easy for their top scorer coming into this weekend, Stephen Marr. Solid outside player. He's got some heat on that one, straight past the defenders. Good feed. What's a good feed? Seganov going to his captain, Yosifov, through the middle. And this is vital. You've got to keep that middle channel open, and then you take pressure off your wing spikers. They can't do all of the hitting work. Coach Konstantinov like that one. That's number 17, Nikolai Menchev for Bulgaria to serve. And it's a good serve. But Canada's service reception has been excellent. Schmidt with another error, though. Saw how high he got on that spike and chose cross-court. But he's just cut it over the line. Good leave from Saparov, the libero. Started yesterday's match, Saparov, lost his place to Vladislav Ivanov about halfway through. 37 years of age, Saparov, the oldest man on court in the red shirt for Bulgaria. There we go, great shot from Marr. 3-man block waiting. Got a little seam between Yosifov and Yordanov. Canada know this game is not going to be easy. This is no gimme. Good pick up, Marr. The grass can't put it away. Oh, off Bratoev's head, and they've played on. Mega rally and finished by Nick Hogue of Canada. Well, a couple of bizarre plays in there, not least of all the one off Bratoev's head, which I think was going out. But Tyler Sanders made absolutely sure. And here we go, mega rally with a bit of variety here. A couple of blocks, couple of pickups. And one bizarre incident that you don't see much coming up as Bratoev gets hit on the head from his own hit. And Tyler Sanders decides to play it. Unfortunately for him, Hogue wins it. Now, we might see a challenge here because Hogue looked pretty close to the net, didn't he? And if that ball was still off the floor when he touched the net, it will be Bulgaria's point. So challenge requested by Bulgaria, and I think that's a pretty good call. So we'll go back to the camera. Look at that, it's more than a good call. And Nick Hogue has gone fishing in Varna. Crowd like that. Fault, Bulgaria point. great atmosphere here. And a wonderful venue here in Varna. Beautiful place as well if you've never been. Right on the coast, on the Black Sea coast. Oh dear. And well, you've got to try and follow those impact points with something special, and Josifov was trying to do that. But he's ripped that serve straight into the middle of the net. Now, one bonus for the Bulgarian service reception is that the Canadian serve is not as strong as other teams. Seganov takes a chance on that set, gets it to Yordanov, and Yordanov throws it down, which under normal circumstances is not strictly within the rules, but that's just about okay on the tip. Hogue will be disappointed there. Took his hands away, put it back again, and lost the point. Yordanov, good serve, well passed. Oh, well, it's out, but that was some arrival from Stephen Maher on the pipe. I wouldn't, from a Canadian point of view, be too concerned about these errors, because Canada, to me, look in fantastic shape. They're just missing a few shots here. There's nothing wrong with the flow of the Canadian attack. Well, once again, service error releases the pressure by Bulgaria. Yordanov with the mistake. So Gavin Schmidt, who can go on serve runs, he's one of the more powerful servers in this Canadian team. But the net once again intervenes. 2.43 meters running down the centre of the court. Players are spiking, some of them comfortably a metre above. And that helps when you jump serving, but it's still tough to hit the court. Case in point. Now, what you mustn't do is you mustn't go under the net with your serve. You mustn't miss the bottom of the net, because that qualifies in volleyball as having to buy a drink for all of your opponents. So everybody hitting the net at the moment, but nobody getting the ball in. And at some point, someone's going to get a ball over, and we will have a rally. 4 service errors on the trot. Don't see that often. Gotsev next up. He's got a sensible jump float serve, so should get this in. And he does. Schmidt, though, tidies it up. And once again, Schmidt v Menchev on that side of the court isn't going to work for Bulgaria. They might have to have a think about that if this is a key point. I mean, Menchev jumps, but he has to go very early because he's a shorter player. And that's a target for Schmidt to use basically all day long. Van Berkel, 14 all. Good read. Yordanov can't quite bring that back into play. That gave the hamstrings a workout for the 35-year-old. Vigras it is that makes the block. Just knew that was coming to Josifov, and sometimes you get that feeling as a middle blocker that you're reading what's happening and you can make your play. Other times when the pass is really special, then it's a very tough place to play in the middle. It's in the line, or on the line anyway, from Van Berkel, and a jump float serve ace into the corner. Position 5 seems to be the target zone for the Canadian servers, and they're hitting it pretty well. Second technical timeout arrives. Canada have a 2-point advantage. Well, Coach Konstantinov thinks he's spotted what the middle blockers can look for. Very often, if you just look at the other setter on the other side of the net, that will give you a visual cue that you need to make your reaction a little bit quicker. And he thinks Tyler Sanders gives the reverse set away. And he's asking Josifov and Gotsev to watch that. Now, as the players come back on court, Have a little look down at their positioning. There are positions 1 through to 6 down there on court. So 1, 6 and 5 on the back line. 2, 3 and 4 on the front line. Players rotate through those positions. Position 5 is in this nearest corner to us on the Bulgarian side of the net. Furthest corner on the Canadian side of the net. And that seems to be a serving target, a zone that the teams are hitting into a lot these days. Very often you'll find a wing spiker there waiting to pass, and if it's the front court wing spiker, you can really pressure them. Seganov pressures Hogue, but that leaves Mar free. Good pick up from the setter. Hustles in to try and cover the shot from Yordanov. I don't think Yordanov's time on court is going to be particularly long today. I can't see the veteran staying on. I think Ichikov is going to come in at some stage, and I think that's got to be soon, because he's not made an impression at all against this Canadian block. Sanders goes 5, gets the point. And that's the second time that Sanders has managed to find a point down there. It's a little bit crowded. 3-point lead, first time Canada have managed to open up a decent advantage here, and timeout called by Bulgaria's coach. No, it is a timeout, definitely, as opposed to a challenge requested. Yordanov, I think, was in the team while Konstantinov was just coming towards the end of his career. Yordanov came in as a youngster, certainly would have been around the Bulgarian program at the time that Konstantinov was playing. For the first time in this match, that golden 3-point lead has been opened up, and that really is gold dust. And if you can do that in the business end of the set, then really, at this level, the pro teams and the international teams will tell you this is how you win a set. Canada should win this set from here. And what they don't need to worry about too much now is serve pressure, because they can win this just by killing the ball off the Bulgarian serve. That will always take them enough points ahead. 25 points the target, remember, in each of our first 4 sets. If it goes 2 sets apiece, 15-point decider. Menchev, he served well so far today, kept his place on court. Schmidt is not having a great time there for Canada. And this is how you turn that 3-point deficit around. Brilliant blocking from Yosifov, straight into Schmidt. Into his chest on the way out. Bulgaria's point. Bulgarian blockers just knew it was going wide to Schmidt. So where does Sanders go this time? Oh, what a serve! What a serve! He has hit the cover off the ball. Well, both Menchev boys can absolutely hammer a volleyball. 111.2 kilometers per hour off the arms of player Ban. And Bulgaria back in this first set in the nick of time. And it's Stefan Antiga's turn to call a timeout. And there's me saying, don't worry about missing a serve after Tyler Sanders put his out. That's what's ended up costing Canada the lead. Quick apology from the captain to his coach. Now they've got Vigras in the middle. They've got Schmidt out wide. And that means they'll have Hogue or Mar on the right side of court, Canada. So they've got 3 good attackers in the front line. They've got the pipe option as well. As the jib camera nearly hits Menchev ahead of his serve. Let's hope that hasn't put him off. Cracking ace last time up. And he's got another one, but by a very different route. Into the net tape and over. And unbelievably, Bulgaria turn over the 3-point lead. And they now lead by 1. Unreal. That wasn't the rule back in Konstantinov's day. This is a great service run. Canada under all sorts of pressure here. What a kill from Ma. Oh, that's priceless from Stephen Ma. Not the best pass, and it wasn't a great set. But he's mullered that. Brilliant shot. 19 all. Overpass, killed by Vigras. Canada have wrestled the lead back again. 2019, 5 points to get. But we're back on trading terms between these two teams. Bulgaria can kill this and go back to 20 all. Ma to serve. Yordanov with a horrible tip. They've got the ball under control, but Yordanov once again attacks, and it's touched. Hit the block, and Blair Ban couldn't control it, and Yordanov might just have kept his place on court after that hit. Watch this celebration from Yordanov and the crowd. They love it, absolutely love it. He is fired up. And that's where this Bulgarian team have to be mentally. 20 all, Yosifov, he's got a good serve. Great containing pass from Blair Ban. Hogue can't get it on the floor. Bulgaria, Bratoev can't put it away. And again, it's still in play. Canada have it under control. Hogue tips down the line onto the setter. We got a mega rally in progress, and Yordanov kills it cross court. Oh, he's enjoying himself now. An untidy start to this match from Yordanov, but he's come up with two classy plays in this mega rally. Hogue, first swing, brilliant pickup from Seganov, the setter. Bratoev, just a reuse spike, that was clever. Goes for it this time. Somehow Ma brings that back into play. And then the tip down the line, lovely step into set from Penchev. And that is class. Vigras will be kicking himself. He didn't penetrate, didn't drop the arm inside for the cross court. And gave Yordanov all the space he needed. 21-20 Bulgaria. Yosifov with the serve again. Mini break there to Bulgaria, so it's Canada that have to attack successfully to level the score. Tyler Sanders has got it, and Hogue has missed. He had to go for that. He had to swing hard on that ball. And this is incredible stuff. This really is from Bulgaria. Completely against the run of play. They've turned this set on its head. A lot of that credit belongs to Nikolai Penchev for his service run, which has put Canada right on the back foot. Timeout, Stefan Antiga. This is when you earn your coaching money.
Yeah, we all know that this is their game, man. They just take pulls on serve. Right away. What's that, one up two?
Two relatively quick timeouts for Canada in this business end of set one. One at 18 all and one at 22-20 down. And you heard Tyler Sanders in that timeout say this is Bulgaria's game plan. Batter the services as hard as they can and hope for the best. I think it's a little more complex than that, but I know what he's saying. And so far, it's working. Yosifov again to batter another serve. Gets it over the net, it's good, and it's out. And it's a touched ace for Yosifov. And the serving from Yosifov and Penchev in the latter part of this set has been the best we've seen on the VNL this season. Some big, heavy hitting from the service line. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to have to play the ball again for the point. 23-20. Hogue out, Durocco in. Canada make a change, and it's just delayed Yosifov enough. Good thinking from Stefan Antiga. Servers get into a rhythm, and you need to disturb that rhythm with a timeout or a side out. And it's the latter that works. Substitution is good. Vigras with the serve for Canada. 2 points in it. Free net. Good set from Seganov. And Yordanov does the rest. And incredibly, from 3 down, it's 3 set points for Bulgaria on home soil. And that win against Brazil for Canada must feel like a long way away. Nice finish, Lucas van Berkel, but Canada have got it all to do here. And they've got to find 2 points on their own serve against a Bulgarian team that are up for the fight. Well, would you believe it? It's Gavin Schmidt who's had a torrid time of it in set 1 to serve. And the whistle hadn't gone. Timeout had been called by Plamen Konstantinov. He called it very, very late, so the crowd noise drowned out the substitution or the timeout buzzer. You used to have to go over to the referee and actually say, can I have a timeout, to the second official. And when you've got this many people in an arena screaming for the home team, it's almost impossible for the officials to hear. So that was replaced a while ago by a buzzer that the coach would press, which occasionally gets lent on by players and assistant coaches by accident. It causes a bit of amusement, but he does get his timeout. Crowd on their feet. Bulgaria looking for their first set here in Varna. Want to come back in this opener. 2 set points, 2 chances here. They've just got to attack successfully on one of them. And in comes Schwark. So Canada have got 2 monsters in front court now. They've got Lucas van Berkel at 2 meters and 10. And they've got Schwark at a centimetre shorter next to him. So it's a big block. Blankenov is the replacement for Schmidt. That's a massive call. And it's a massive serve, but it's long. Well, that was a big ask. Now, Canada have got a challenge left, so they've got to, surely they've got to gamble here and say, let's have a look. But no, they decide no touch, no challenge, and no joy in set 1 for Canada. Bulgaria come from nowhere to take this one by 25 points to 22. It's the perfect start for the home team in front of this crowd that are really enjoying themselves today here in Varna. There's the man that was injured out of the game yesterday in point 1, just limping along the side of the court. There's our stats. As Canada limped to a virtual standstill after getting their 3-point lead. I promise you, no team at this level will think they're going to lose a set from 3 up. The highlights then at the end of that one belong to Bulgaria. Let's take a look. There we go, Bulgaria's serve placement, and that was the difference in the end between the two teams. There's no real plan to that at all. These are serves that are landing after being hit very, very hard indeed, and it's making it very difficult for the Canadians to get the ball into that green zone, the perfect contact point zone for their setter and captain, Tyler Sanders. And if he's there in the green zone, he's got all his hitters available to him. But they forced him out and away from the net, the Bulgarian servers, time and time again. And that is the difference between the two teams at the end of that opening set. Well played, Bulgaria. That was against all odds. Canada had that set under complete control, but how do you legislate for two servers like Yosifov and Penchev going to the line and hitting big serve after big serve? That's tough to deal with. And those serves would have beaten most teams. What a time to find them. So, if Canada want to keep their hopes of a place in the final alive, it starts here. They really don't want to go 2 sets to love down against this Bulgarian team. Well, that is the number 17 for Bulgaria, and it's the man that did the damage. So Nikolai Penchev back at the service line. Like it. I like it. The Plamen Konstantinov coaches fan club. The old number 17 to the new number 17. Away we go with set 2. Would you believe it? All the firepower that Nikolai Penchev produced at the end of that last set, and he's gone with a soft jump float to Nick Hogue and a monster block first up from the Bulgarians. Valentin Bratoyev all over it. That was steep. That was down the Canadian socks. Now, does he hit the big jumper? He does. Bulgaria can still win this point. Yordanov still on court for Yuchikov. But no, finished very nicely by Hogue. And we saw a good illustration there of the excellent graphic that we brought you between these two sets, whereby Tyler Sanders was pulled away from that green zone. The setter wants to be playing the ball at around about position 2 on the net. So he's got all of his attackers available and all of his options available. Now let's see how close Bulgaria get the ball in. That's perfect. And that means every player's available to hit if you can get it into that green zone. This is a free ball, easy pass, and again. And second time of asking, Bulgaria floor it through Yordanov, who also finds himself on his backside. Good hit. Well, the free ball is just gold dust for teams at this level, and it should be a point 99 times out of 100. Yosifov. It's a horrible little 1-2 serve combination, isn't it? And this could be a key factor in this game. If Penchev and Yosifov keep serving this well, they come one after the other, and it's a golden opportunity for Bulgaria to build points. What an ace, 115.1 kilometers per hour. Nothing Blair Bang could do about it. 3-1. Skipper with another serve, and it's another good one. Bounds over past it, and that'll be a carry. There you go, palm lifted to the ceiling by the referee, indicates the players held that ball in the hand for too long. And that's exactly what Tyler Sanders did under pressure. The overpass tries to save it, but no, can't do that. Perfect start for Bulgaria, and Canada and Stefan Antiga have to burn a timeout early.
better. As well when you're first line, be ready for the shot.
As a coach, you've got a game plan for the team. You'll have watched the video and discussed exactly what you're trying to do to the opponents. So you come in with that, but then your additional coaching demand is to read what is happening in the match and to try and make the appropriate change. Now, sometimes that's telling a player what you want them to do differently. Sometimes it's bringing a different player in to do a different job. And that's exactly what's happened there. Player ban off. And on comes the backup libero, Brian Duquette. And the result is timeout, change of player, disturbs the rhythm of Yosifov and he misses. But the damage has been done. And now, every time Penchev comes round, followed by Yosifov at the service line, Canada know they have work to do. Dorocco on court, got substituted on last set, he's held his place on there ahead of Stephen. No, it isn't Stephen Maher he's replaced, it's Nick Hogue. And the omens don't look good here for Canada. This is quite a dramatic change in momentum. And this Bulgarian team are playing really well. That's a hell of a kill from Bratoyev, and that's not so clever from Duquette. Jordanov trying to get on the service action. But can't do so. So round we go again. Players rotate clockwise around the court through their rotational positions, so that's what brings them round to serve every 6 positions. Nice, and that is a sign of confidence. That really is from this Bulgarian team. Good pass, and Seganov decides to run a little tempo, beautiful pipe attack. And a nice kill from Nikolai Penchev. Little second tempo attack over the head of the middle blocker. And that's what a pipe should look like. Good off pace. Canada in trouble again. Soporov goes wide. Schmidt. He needs to come to the party and he can't find his rhythm. We might see Bradley Gunter on before too long. Nice kill from Maher. And the officials say out. And I think this has to be a challenge from Canada. Now, that hit the arm and it went out. So if we get a challenge, Seganov will have been shown to have touched that ball. I'm pretty sure about that. Bulgaria won't mind. This takes a bit of heat out of the game. They're playing well. Ooh, no. Well, it's just scraped the hairs of his arm. That was close, but it is a touch. 4-point deficit now. Oh, sorry, 3-point deficit now removed. No, it is 4-point deficit removed and back to 2. Me and my maths. Now, this should be a free ball to Canada. Nice work from Maher, but no, it's out. And I don't know we'll see a challenge on this one. No, he immediately acknowledges it's a miss hit. Shame as well, because he came in very nicely on this one, and that should have been a kill. Massive gap between the blockers. Everybody in with their comment about no touch, coach included. Gotsev to serve. Not about his work well today. It's out again, and Stephen Maher is very, very unhappy. So signals for a challenge, but not before he's gone and given the lines judge an absolute earful. And he's got to be careful there. Can't do that to the officials, you'll get carded. So first technical timeout arrives. No challenge from Canada. And just like the last time these two teams met a year ago, here in Varna, which Canada won by 3 sets to 1. It's got a bit feisty down there. It's interesting, we've got 2 coaches today who, during the peak of their playing days, would have been in the starting 6 of most teams in the world. Stefan Antiga and Plamen Konstantinov. They really were world class. I just think it helps when you're talking to players, if you've played at that level. You can see the automatic respect. The players listen, they understand that they've got someone talking to them who knows what they're doing and has been there and done it. Blancano in for Sanders, and well, this isn't good for Canada. We're in wheels coming off territory here for the North Americans. Oh, goodness, what a block. Oh, the monster block for the Bulgarians brings another lovely point. Seganov enjoying this one. But it was all about him just lining up Yosifov. If you see the middle blocker as a setter or a wing spiker, if you see the middle blocker as an extension of your block, you've got to try and line them up on those diagonals. Canada in a complete mess here. Good pick up. And the net touch. Little over keen from Yosifov and Penchev. The 2 servers that are doing all the damage to Canada at the moment. And what Canada have to do is calm this down. Plenty of opportunity to come back in this match. Listen to the crowd now, right on side, very much part of the game. Pick up from Duquette, and he's unlucky. It's impressive when you see the libero pick the ball up off the wing spikers, but when it's the middle attacker, I mean, look at that, there's virtually no distance between the hitter and the libero, so for Duquette to get any arms on that at all was impressive. 10-5. Long way to play still in this set, but this should be Bulgaria's. All Canada can do is just keep going through the processes, keep siding the ball out, going back to the service line. First of all, just recover some rhythm. Second of all, try for some momentum. Service run of blocks, some poor play from Bulgaria, anything can happen. Van Berkel. Good pick up from the middle player as well. Dorocco gets a reuse. And there's a perfectly legitimate play there from Jason Dorocco. Saw that he had a 3-man block on him, and he saw that it was well formed, and the ball wasn't in a good place to hit, so he rolled it into the block, got it into play again, and got a second go at the kill. Berkel again. Lefty, Jordanov, off the block and out. And remember, they still have Uchikov on the bench. So they've still got a big player to bring in here, Bulgaria, if they need to. I'm sure Konstantinov is too impressed with Jordanov's histrionics down there on court. I think he wants him to save a bit of energy. And we're back to that horrible double-up serve position here for Bulgaria. And their chance to put this set away. Penchev will be followed by Yosifov at the service line, and both players are hitting great serves. Another touched ace. And Nikolai Penchev hasn't done anything else in any zones at the net. So this is all his game here. What a contribution. Oh, he's putting some serious heat on this ball, and Jason Dorocco just about limboed out the way. Now, if this is a challenge from Bulgaria, I think it'll be to see whether this caught the shirt of Jason DeRocco on the way past, because he certainly showed his chest to it. I didn't think it was about being in or out, because that looked comfortably out to me. But there we go. Hawkeye confirms it was exactly that. And they don't have a look at whether it touched the player. Got to be very careful and very clear about what you want. Blancano brought on in a horrible situation at the end of set 1 to serve after Schmidt had already hit a serve, but the timeout had been called. That's much better. It's incredible. Yordanov is not really doing much with the volleyball. He's just hitting it late and into the arms, and he's getting away with it. If Uchikov had been on, I promise you he would have exploited the line that DeRocco had left. But it's working. The old phrase applies: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 13-8 Bulgaria. Good serve, Yosifov. Well, it's incredible, isn't it? That's the combination of servers that is, at the moment, killing Canada. And it was an ace from Penchev. It's an ace from Yosifov first up. And even if they miss the following point, they're still getting closer to 25. 110.3 kilometers per hour. And the Bulgarian captain is hitting this ball hard. Hogue back in for DeRocco. No, in fact it's for Mar. Interesting. So Stefan Antiga has completely shuffled his wing spikers around. They're in different places now. And once again, the substitution does its trick. But that's not a problem for Bulgaria. I said that about Canada. Tyler Sanders missing his serve when Canada were 3 points up. The business end of set 1, and that cost them. DeRocco to serve. Shot. Oh, he put absolutely everything into that one, did Valentin Bratoev. Gets the height and the power. Beautiful shot onto the line. 113.9. That's the hardest he's hit this ball in Varna today. Cracking shot. Super spike then from Bratoev. Hogue can't return the compliment. And this is just getting better and better for the green machine. Yordanov with the kill, and that's much more like the days of old. This is what Yordanov used to look like back in the day. Heavy hit inside. And Plum and Konstantinov now, you know what thoughts just popped into his head, don't you? I wonder if we can win this one. Well, the signs are good. 16-9 up at the second technical timeout in set 2. There's a wonderful old phrase in sport that form is temporary and class is permanent. And number 11, Yordanov for Bulgaria, pretty much sums that up. 35 years of age, still banging those spikes as hard as he can. And he's doing a pretty good job here for his team. Not the tallest man on court by a long way, but the lefty. He's getting the job done and having fun. There we go, there's hope for us all. Get the knee pads out and get playing. Yordanov having a great time down there, and it's the number 11 back at the service line. Well, there's the change I thought we'd see. Gunter is in for Schmidt in the opposite spiker position. It's going to be in play. Brilliant from Bulgaria, but terminated easily by Graham Vigras. Good chase there. ran to the other side of the court. You're allowed to do that, and as long as the ball comes back outside the antenna, which it does, that's all legal. So's that. Now, Stefan Antiga, this is a regular feature of his coaching. When his team gets into trouble, he doesn't back the players on court to get him out of trouble. He makes wholesale changes, and he's flipped the wing spikers over. He's got Jason DeRocco in. He's brought Bradley Gunter on at opposite. He's got a new setter on. So it's all change for Canada. The one constant, Vigras and Van Berkel through the middle. It's in. Brilliant. And this is what Canada need. Somebody to deliver from the service line for them. The lovely fake jump serve. And instead of floating it, top spins it. Bulgaria forced into a timeout to try and slow Graham Vigras' service run down. Well, both the Bratoevs are forceful characters. We haven't seen Georgi on yet, the backup setter, who is normally the starting setter but got injured a couple of weeks ago in the VNL. But he is back and available. He is on the bench. But the Bratoevs won't back away from a discussion, shall we say. Good shot. Just stroked down the line from Yordanov. And this adoring crowd here in Varna celebrate the Bulgarian team going back to a 5-point lead. Well, Canada have got away with it, but there's an element to that last play that smacks of desperation. Why on earth did Lucas Van Berkel play that ball? Under no circumstances do you want your middle players passing. Completely takes them out of the attacking rotation. I promise you I'm not having a go at middle blockers again, but that's not how you want it. You want your wing spikers and your libero. Couple of changes down there on court. Player on court for Bulgaria. As Canada get another decent serve away. A little bit of concern here, 116 kilometers per hour, sorry, for our new man on court in the opposite position, Bradley Gunter for Canada. And, the new player on court at the moment, Bratoev, number 16. Is it nice? Ivanov. It's interesting. Well, that is really interesting. So basically, Vladislav Ivanov is the second libero for Bulgaria, and he's been asked to play in a non-libero shirt today, so he's playing as a normal outfield player, and he's been brought on in a defensive capacity. So at some points in these rallies, for the moment, Bulgaria will basically have two liberos on court. Nice over on one. Things change. Joe Blankenham, the Noliko Marsic player from Belgium, on court for Canada in that setting position ahead of Tyler Sanders, the hero from yesterday against Brazil. It's on the sideline, is it? Yes, it is, say the officials. And Seganov wants a word after that one. He's gone after Jason DeRocco there. Three-man monster block. It's Yosifov that gets all of it. And Seganov didn't take kindly to DeRocco suggesting that that ball was out. Here he is, the setter. Played well today. Was pretty solid yesterday, and that's too good. That is too good. Hence the long stare from Jay Blanconot to Yosifov through the net. No, gone against him. And it's gone against him because he touched the net. Sorry about that. Didn't spot the fingertips on the net tape first time around. I thought it was Yosifov. Oh, Canada. Oh, that's a foot fault. I got that one right. Second off, touching the line. And Burkle back to serve. There's Konstantinov trying to keep his team under control. Oh, there was a Bulgarian international as well. Runs in the blood for the Konstantinovs. Net touch Canada, and they can't do anything right at the moment. This is a horrible second set for them. Ivanov leaves the court in his non-libero shirt, which means he's just a regular player out there. Ivanov bumps the ball into the air, but by then the touch had already happened on the net. Vigras collapsing into it. 21-16. What a difference a day makes. Good finish. Is it too little, too late though for Canada? One Penchev replaces another, so Rosalind comes in for Nikolai. Fastest ball yesterday, did Rosalind Menchev, but he's on to try and keep things tight. In fact, it's a reversal of that substitution, so Nikolai back in after a brief spell on court for Rosalind, and Bratoev continues to kill the ball through the wing, this time off the block of Gunter. Now, we're back to this situation where Yosifov is the next server up. That can only mean trouble for Canada if he gets it right. Schwark is on for Vigras. Well controlled. Oh, that's ridiculous. What a play. Both sides of the net. And Valentin Bratoev just made his mind up here. He was out of position, the ball was off the net, and he thought, right, I'm going to hit this as hard as I physically can and see what we can get from it. This is unbelievable. Not a bad effort from Duquette either to try and keep that in play, but Bulgaria take another step closer to making this 2-0. Konstantinov keeping it under control. He knows there's a long way to go in this game. No point in over-revving before you've got the job done. Now, this is very Stefan Antiga, and you'll all have your own views about this watching on at home, but he's now basically changed this entire Canadian team, apart from Lucas van Berkel. And the thinking behind that from Stefan Antiga is just, this set's gone. Get the boys off, and let the damage be done to the bench. Then bring your main guys back in. Now, whether he does that or not remains to be seen, but this is a good way of protecting your key players in a tricky situation. Just get them to reset the computers and back on again. Schwark, new middle blocker on for Vigras. Nice. Gunter next to Schwark. A monster block from Canada, and they need them. It's on Jordanov. He does look a bit unstable on the old pins, doesn't he, now and again, but he's doing a job for his team today. Just like footballers, volleyballers' legs will go. There will come a time when the jump just doesn't happen anymore. And that's horrible, I'm afraid, from Jason DeRocco. That is not what his team needs. There is nothing out there for Canada at the moment. No rhythm, no desire, no belief. And Bulgaria running away with this set. Plenty of set points then. Jordanov with the serve, the crowd on their feet. And they're going to have to wait for another point. Hogue back on court. I think we'll see a return to the starting six in set 3. And the only way that Stefan Antigua will consider something else is if his Canadian team now put a few points together on the back of this serve. But it's still looking good for Bulgaria. One good kill and they're home. Set 2. And there it is from the back line, a beautiful pipe to Nikolai Penchev. And Seganov just wanders away. I like to see that from a setter. I like to see that control of emotion. He's not worried about that. Let's get on with the point. Now we're going to see a challenge. Canada have got one in the bank. Might as well use it. And what they can look at here is if Nikolai Penchev touched the line as he came in to hit this spike from the backcourt. And as a backcourt player, he can take off from behind that white line, just away from the net, and land in front of it, but he mustn't touch the line, and he's well clear. He is well clear. That was a challenge and hope from Canada. And there was no hope. 25-19 to back up their 25-22 first set victory. And Bulgaria lead by 2 sets to love, courtesy of a fantastic kill. That's a great attack. Free net. Great set from Seganov, and off he wanders. The Bulgarian setter didn't get involved in any celebrations. He knows that they've got to set this back to 0-0 and go again. We've still got to win a big set from Canada to get this over the line, and that is not going to be as easy as it sounds. 25-19, not quite a thrashing, but not far off it. And really, from phase 1 of that second set, Canada just not in the mix at all. And Bulgaria outperforming them in all departments, but their serving is still very, very good. Let's take a look back at the highlights. Trying to bring you as big a variety of information about the game as we can on the VNL. Let's take a look at these spike points for Bulgaria. Way, way above the net, of course, but not too much through that middle section, but quite a lot on the right side of the court. And when you take a look at where things happened in set 2, well, a far greater variety of attacking, far more success, and that's why they were comfortable against Canada, because they backed up the big serves with some really consistent attacking and a nice spread of attacking. And I think Seganov is doing a good job in that playmaking position to keep feeding those points on the net and keep the Canadian blockers guessing. And that middle factor for Canada has been virtually removed from the game. They've done it in 2 ways. They've done it with that variety of attack, but they've also done it with some superb serving, Bulgaria, and they are dragging the setters away from that key area all the time. Here we go then. Stefan Antigua has done what I thought he would do. He's gone back to the starters. So Mar and Hogue through the wing. Lucas van Berkel and Graham Vigras back on through the middle. And the Tyler Sanders, their playmaker, on as setter, and in the opposite position, Gavin Schmidt. Here we go then, Canada. Time to find out what you're made of because this is a brutal situation to be in. 2-0 down, away from home with a baying crowd, wanting Bulgaria to deliver here. Yordanov has started well. There was a point in the first set when he didn't look at home on court and looked like he'd lose his place to Uchikov. Then he came up with 2 really tasty points. And that's it. There's a look back from there. Yosifov. Good work through the middle. Gotsev got a hand on that Vigras attack, but couldn't stop it. Watch the height at Vigras contacts. That's 355 or so. That was never going to end well. Valentin Bratoev dragged in off his wing. Tries to throw this through the block. Power tip, but just tipped straight into the arms of Schmidt. Schmidt next to Vigras, that's big. It's going to be difficult to avoid. Well, encouraging start for Canada here. Good rescue. Yordanov tips it mid-court, still alive though. Canada get another swing through Hogue. Dear me. Yordanov on his knees at the net, staring at Salopov, the libero, to say, why am I on court? Why didn't you set me? And it's pretty standard. You really should set the way you're facing. It's ever so difficult as a non-setter to try and set reverse balls accurately. That was a poor call from such an experienced libero as Salopov, 37 years of age. Took a chance, didn't work. There we go. Yordanov resists having a little word with the libero after that shot. Great kill. Great set. And the test here for Bulgaria is, can they keep this consistency? Can they keep it ticking along? They've got to trade with Canada all the way through into the back end of this third set. They need to be around Canada at the 20-point mark, and then they can win this match. What they mustn't do is give Canada, and remember what I said about Canada's confidence at the top of the broadcast, they mustn't let Canada get confident again, because confident Canada can beat anyone. Sloppy point for Bulgaria here. Not a great serve from Vigras. Just hit the net, and nothing Bratsev could really do about it. It's been a long time since Canada have had a lead like this. 3 points up. Vigras with the fake jump float works again. It's a really clever serve. And it allows you to mix it between float and topspin with exactly the same serve action. Timeout Bulgaria. Konstantinov knew at some point this was going to happen. Now the coaching work really starts. Once again, fairly lively discussion there between Bratoev and his coach. 45 years of age now, Konstantinov, so it's simply a long time ago that he finished playing. Just out. Oh, Canada going to take a look at this. I think we're going to see a challenge here. So, challenge from Canada. Did this hit the line? That's the question to Hawkeye. If it did, Canada will be flying. It did. That's a good call. Great vision from Nick Hogue it was, who said, yeah, that was in, and convinced his coach to go for the challenge. So that changes things dramatically, 7-2. points lead Canada have had since the first set, which they threw away. He's done it again, another good serve. Brilliant pick up from Tyler Sanders. Well, again, that's going to be called for reaching over. Once that ball has gone across the net and is in your opponent's airspace, it's for Bulgaria to play, not you. And add the net touch into that as well, just for good measure. And that was wrong on every level, as Gotsev demonstrates. Nice work. Now, the worrying signs here for Bulgaria are that they are starting to let Canada play. With confidence comes the kind of Canadian performances that will beat teams like Brazil. Yesterday was sensational. That's the way this game works. You could be 2 sets to love up, you could be absolutely flying in set 3. But if your opponent finds their rhythm or finds the combination of players that works, then you may not get a match point. You may not get a go at winning the game, because your opponent might just come back past you and win it in 5. So Bulgaria know the amount of work required now, and this set's, well, effectively gone. So long to play still in this set, but this is Canada's set, and what Bulgaria have to hope is that that combination of servers, Penchev and Yosifov, are going to do the business again. They need a run of serves from them. They need a couple of aces each. Don't ask much, do I? But if they get those, Bulgaria can still win this set. But for the moment, this set is out of their reach. And I think Mickey knows it as well. Here we go. Beautiful. Well, it's taken 2.5 sets to prove that Gotsev is some athlete. That is a heck of a middle hit, straight through the arms of Van Berkel, but he was up there. And his fellow middle blocker enjoyed that one. Yosifov, he's onto court. Gotsev goes to the serve line. Just see it, can't you? You can see the differences in the team play now. It's Bulgaria that is struggling for that shape and that form. Decent fingers on that from Tyler Sanders. I think we can safely say the Canadian comeback is underway. Well, it was a good try. A hell of a bump set to the net. Hogue trying to put it in a position where Stephen Mars, sorry, could at least get something off the block. Just went too far into Yosifov's hands. The Piacenza middleman putting it down. Pick up. Oh, well, that's unbelievable. Salopov makes the pickup, and it just shot a dig straight into the hand of Yosifov. This is unreal. That worked every bit as well as a set. Another rotation to go, so another side out required by Bulgaria. Referee Daniele Rapisada has realised that the players just moving towards overheating down there on court, so he's just had a quick word with both captains to say, let's calm it down, boys. Oh, now then, Bulgaria have got Penchev and Yosifov to come on their service. Seganov is doing a brilliant job here with the jump float. Completely caught Mar out there. and they've still got the possibility of Uchikov to come on from the bench. Canada need the side out. They've got it through Ma. 109.3 from Canada's top scorer coming into this weekend, but hasn't quite had the same impact, Stephen Ma, so far. It's been other players that have delivered. 3-point cushion. This will be in play. Not this time. Diagonal closed down by Yosifov. Ma goes again. Has to tip it, so Bulgaria have the chance at the point. And Yordanov does what he's been doing all day long. Hits the ball off the block and out. Well, he knows what he wants to do with the ball, and he's doing it really well. Picking on Tyler Sanders there in the front court. 2 points in it, and here we go. Penchev. Good serve, brilliant pass from Ban. Oh, but the block is fantastic from Yordanov. And this is the phase of set 3 when Bulgaria can potentially set up a match-winning situation. Penchev followed by Yosifov in the serve. But Bulgaria back on terms. And look at that, Saparov celebrating like they've won it. And it's only 9-10 and a timeout. Coach's primary job is to get his team to play at their highest possible level for as long as possible during the part of the season when it matters. And Stefan Antiga will be really perplexed at this roller coaster of Canadian form. Penchev again goes to the jump flow, so a change up just to keep the ball in court. And they're going to get another point here, Bulgaria, are they? Ratsayev doesn't get it down. It's still alive. 2 pancakes in a row. Oh, and off the block and out. Well, I'm pretty sure that Blair Ban thought that first ball had maybe hit the floor and just reacted late. Watch this pickup. First from Ma, and there's another one. But it's to no avail. Bulgaria just come back strong against the Sanders block again. 10-all from 5 points down. Then the big jump serve, and he's overcooked it. Nikolai Penchev, he knows that he needed to put that in. But Penchev has served Bulgaria, along with Seganov, back onto trading terms. We're back to square one in set 3. Sanders with the serve. Well passed by Saparov. Yordanov, he's done it again. Off the block and out of court. Well, he saw Vigras arriving late and just hit it off the jumping middle blocker. 11-all. Now it's Yosifov's turn. Can he get an ace? It's a good serve. Well dug. Bulgaria again. No. Well, he hasn't hit the line for a long, long time, Yordanov. And he thought he'd chance his arm there, but he just doesn't get high enough these days to hit that shot. And he was taking on Gavin Schmidt. I'm not sure about how wise that was. Ma with the serve. Good set. Yordanov with the kill. Gotta hand it to Saganov. He must be feeling the pressure out there on court with the regular starting setter, who's a bit of a legend in this Bulgarian team, Georgi Bratsaev. He's kept him on the bench with some really steady play. 12-all, Yordanov. Good serve. And Schmidt's missed it. And he knows there was no touch either. Salparov saying, I didn't see it, I heard you call, it's out. It's a good leave. Oh dear, Canada now in all sorts of bother. Just out, good leave from Ma. So a brief cameo from Yordanov at the service line comes to an end. Now we're going to play all the way through to the next time those rotations come round, and Penchev, Yosifov, Yordanov will go one after the other. But it might be when we're in the late or the early 20s. And what Canada have to do is build a big enough lead by them for it not to matter. Schmidt with the block on Bratsaev is a good starting point. Not the best play here from Bulgaria. That's how close guys get at the net. That's why you see the ankle injuries sometimes in this sport. No, not working for Bulgaria here. Canada get a reuse. This is still messy from Canada. Oh, and it's just got worse. Gotsev is gradually working his way into this match. Monster block cross court. Can't miss him with that shock of blonde hair, and Nick Hogue certainly didn't miss him. Great inside arm and a huge block from Gotsev. Damage repaired. Bratsaev can hit one. He can hit a serve, this man. Oh, and he's hit an absolute corker right in the corner. They've been peppering position 5 all game, and he's gone position 1, straight past Blair Van. Oh, this is incredible stuff. Roselyn Penchev comes in. Nikolai Penchev out. We saw this substitution in set 2. It worked pretty well for Bulgaria. And that's another cracker of a serve. Hogue, off pace, blocked. Hogue again. Blocked, but out. Nice and calmly done. This time Gotsev doesn't get his man. Just didn't penetrate. Tried to fish for the ball. Canada not out of it just yet, but this is going to be a heck of an effort to get back in. Valentin Bratsaev is off, so we've got that second libero on court now, but in a normal Bulgarian shirt, Ivanov. So 2 good passes down there, but not much by way of backcourt offense, and it's not helped them at all. Penchev is roofed, so we go to the second technical timeout in set 3. Canada with a marginal advantage, but it's marginal. Good finish. Coaches have got to say. Coach Konstantinov has 3 players in that Bulgarian lineup that were whippersnappers, just coming into the team as he was retiring. So he's coaching ex-teammates, and they occasionally happy to express their opinion. It's been stunning, hasn't it? It's been another cracking VNL encounter. And at the moment, it's all Bulgaria in terms of the set score, but Canada are in a position where they can start to make a comeback here. They've got to get a set in the bank. They've got to win this 3rd set, otherwise the game is over. But if they can do that, one suspects that test the Bulgarian resolve. Away we go again then. Canada 16-15, 25 points the target, as Schmidt hammers a jump serve onto Saparov. He's got his lines right this time. And with a bit of room, hitting from backcourt, Yordanov just finds the angle he needs to batter that one off Blair Band's arms. And we're getting closer to the Penchev-Yosifov serve combination, which could prove vital. Gotsev first of all. Schmidt from the back line does his job. Does it well. Really look forward to seeing him in action again. He was used sparingly when he came back last week, but started the game yesterday against Brazil and was pretty good. Long from Hogue, that won't be challenged. There's an impact point coming in this set, and it's coming very shortly. Now, second off at the service line last time around was good. He picked his team up a couple of points, and this time wastes it. But that's not the impact point I was talking about. It's the Penchev-Yosifov 1-2 on the service to come. Now, at the moment, Nikolai Penchev is not on the court. So he'll have to be substituted back in for serve. Oh, beautiful. And that's the value of having two liberos down there, because it was Ivanov that made the pass. Now, what's happened here for Sleganov? Dear. Well, he got a shove in the back from Yosifov, and I tell you what, that sometimes rolls the neck over the bundle of nerves at the bottom of your, or at the top of your spine, and that can make your head ache a bit. Now, Penchev, the other one, is on. And, well, I'm not sure about that. So the man that's basically served Canada into the ground today, Nikolai Penchev, did not get back onto court in time for the service, and now immediately replaces Rosalind Penchev after the serve has been missed. Well, they've still got Yosifov to come, Bulgaria. And he'll be coming up straight away because Yordanov has done it again. Good set. An even better kill. Playing out of his skin at the moment. It's the 35-year-old Yordanov. Yosifov then, this is a big service for him. Blair Band controls it. Oh, it's down. And it is straight down. Gotsev got all of that and more. Monster block. And once again, that good serve just forces Sanders away from the net. And it's no surprise, Canada go to a timeout. Stefan Antiga once again realizing that the shift in momentum is big. And Konstantinov now knows that his team are on the verge of a special result here. Doesn't have to be an ace serve to be effective. A good serve means that the pass doesn't get to the playmaker, the setter, at the net, and that the playmaker is forced to run into court. And as soon as that happens, as soon as the setter crosses the 3-meter line, then their attacking options are diminished and the blockers can read what is going to go on. And they've got time to get there, and that's what happened. Gotsev with the block. Yosifov to serve again. Got to keep this in. It is in. Better pass. Oh, and it's on the sideline. Great kill from Vigras. Good volleyball from Canada to level the score. Some serve as well, but the ball was in right on Sanders' head, and that's where he needs it so he can find the attackers. Ma to serve, 20 all in set 3. Bulgaria lead 2-love. Hogue. It's out, but did it touch the block? And this might be a challenge here because Hogue says it did definitely touch something. Although Yordanov says it wasn't me. There's a song about that, isn't there? Well, no challenge from Canada, despite Nick Hogue being adamant that that's hit the block. Well, they're hanging around for something, so somebody must have said we'll go with the challenge. It is confirmed now. But for a moment, it looked like there was no challenge. It's going to be the referee that takes a look at this, courtesy of Canada. Here we go. No touch, and Yordanov was absolutely right. And Bulgaria take another step closer to a big, big result here in Varna. Quite right that Daniele Rapisada took a look at that one for himself. Quite right. Rocco in for Hogue. Good serve. Canada under pressure again. Hogue, or DeRocco, sorry, with the tip. Oh, this is brilliant from Bulgaria. It's just brilliant. And the green machine is rolling here in Varna. It's Yordanov again. And they've got that cushion of points they need. And this is Bulgaria's game to lose now. Yordanov once again at the service line. He can't surely go for broke here. He does, and he's missed it. And I'll take you back to set one, when Tyler Sanders did exactly the same thing for Canada, and it cost them the set. That was too far out. Canada really should have been made to play that ball again. 1 point in it then. Vigras with the serve. It's long. And it's been given in by the other officials. So Bulgaria is going to have to challenge this. It's been overruled by the second official and first official, who say that this hit the line. I must admit, the line's judge was a little sluggish with the flag, but it eventually went up. Bulgarian bench is debating. They're not sure either. Hawkeye's going to tell us, though, one way or the other. It's in! It's Canada's point! And this set's just taken another twist. The plot thickens. Canada back in it. That's a great challenge from the Canadians. 22 all. Good pass. Gotsev puts it off the block and out. Oh, this is great stuff. Great pass from Penchev, and a lovely high contact point from Gotsev off the block. Followed by the celebration, of course. Mandatory. This is what the crowd came to see. Now Bratoyev got an ace last time around. That's another monster serve. DeRocco into the block and out. Gotsev was turning for the big celebration before that ball had landed. And it's landed wide of the court. 23 all. Now Schmidt with the service, and that's why Konstantinov has called a timeout. He wants Schmidt to think about this serve. That's a good piece of coaching from the Bulgarian boss. Astonishing, isn't it? They were out of this set completely, Bulgaria. 9-4 down in the early part of set three, and they are back in it at 23 all. Oh, this is stunning stuff, and now Bulgaria don't need any committee meetings down there. They don't need multiple discussions. They just need to get the job done. This is what you train for. Side the ball out, pass it to the setter, kill the ball, and set up match point. Schmidt to serve. Oh, it's a great serve. Well recovered by Salpadov. It's tight, and it's going to be Canada's ball. Here we go, Hogue. No, DeRocco through the wing, off the block and out. And it's Canada that move themselves to set point. And what did I say? Sometimes in this sport, you don't get a shot at match point, and it can be very, very cruel indeed. And Canada at the moment denying Bulgaria. Schmidt then, does he gamble on the big one? He does. And just like Yordanov earlier in this set, he's hit it out, and that could be very, very costly indeed. Now, Gotsev to serve next for Bulgaria. It's not a particularly difficult serve for Canada to deal with. And it's not the best front line for Bulgaria, so the odds still stacked in Canada's favour here. And that's why Schmidt has just breezed past the block. Antigua fired up. Second set point for Canada. And that's all Canada need in this game, I think. I think they just need the confidence of a set on the board. DeRocco to serve. On for Nick Hogue. And under pressure here. Second chance at this set for Canada. Oh, goodness me. Oh, that was a horror show. Well, if Bulgaria ever needed any encouragement, here it is right now. Saganov to serve. Better front line for Bulgaria. Wide to Mar. It's in play. Oh, what's that going out? That one is. And Canada have the point. And with it, a third set point. I'll tell you what, though, Bulgaria gave this a go, didn't they? What a pickup from Saganov. That is the one that went out. But I think the first one was going long as well, but player band decided to play it. Antigua contributing to the shout of out. Trying to be heard above this crowd. Good luck with that. Third time of asking for Canada. Oh, what a save from Saganov. That's an unbelievable jump from the setter. And he's back line as well, so he couldn't play the ball over. He had to set it to Yosifov, and look at that, calm as a cucumber. In the appropriate colour as well. Yosifov, the captain, finishes it. Tyler Sanders has got something to say about it. He doesn't think that that was legal in terms of the set, but it's gone. Point's gone. Nothing Canada can do about it. Can Bulgaria now create their own match point? And it's with this man, wouldn't you believe it? Menchev for the service line. It's a big serve, well passed, and Canada have put it away again. This is superb resolve from the North Americans. It really is. Terrific pass. But Bulgaria still have one ace up the sleeve. If they can side this out, they've got Yosifov next to serve. They can side it out. What a ridiculous kill by the man that's just about to serve. And he may have just given his team a chance to win this game in 3. He's a right-handed hitter, and he's killed it left-handed. Cheeky stuff from the Bulgarian captain. 27 all. And Yosifov, who's been a bit of an ace machine so far today, to serve. Brilliant serve. Canada under pressure here. Schmidt rolls it. Bulgaria's ball. Off the block and out. And Bulgaria move to match point. Brilliant bit of thinking from Valentin Bratoyev. Too soft from Schmidt. Not the best pass from Bulgaria, but that's smart thinking. Off the fingers and away. And the crowd on their feet, and the match point that it looked like Bulgaria were going to be denied has finally arrived. And that age-old conundrum once again surfaces. The debate continues about whether this touched the hands or not. And I think we're going to see cards here unless everybody calms down. Tyler Sanders wants a challenge, and Canada have finally got their voice heard, and we are going to have a look at this one. Both Vigras and the man next to him in the block reacted in a way that suggested they didn't think they'd touched the ball. There is the other factor, of course, that the ball may still have been in Valentin's hand as it went past, and he actually threw it out of court. Whoa, that's a big call. It definitely touched, but look at that. The hand of Valentin Bratoyev was still on the ball as it went past the last fingers. And Bulgaria get away with a close call. It's a tough one to call, but it's gone Bulgaria's way. And Yosifov back to the conundrum. Does he whack this as hard as he can, like he's done for the rest of the game, or does he just put it in court? Your choice, Captain. Away we go. He's hit it hard. It's a good serve, and Canada have got it all to do here. And Schmidt is roofed. Bulgaria have done it. Unbelievable results and an unbelievable finish to a set that looked like it was gone. Oh, well played to Yosifov, the Bulgarian captain. A crazy left-hand kill and a couple of feasting serves to put this one away. And Bulgaria are across the line against Canada, who've enjoyed the highs and the lows here in Varna. A win against Brazil by 3-0, followed by a 3-0 loss to the host Bulgaria, but Bulgaria earned every single one of those sets. 25-22, 25-19, and then a cracker, 29-27. And the Bulgarian team put a win on the board at home in front of these fans, beating Canada by 3-0. Well, that's what this VNL is all about. And it's Gotsev, our feature player, at the heart of that block that gets his hands on that one and shuts it down for the kill. What a game of volleyball. And what a win for Konstantinov and his Bulgarian team. That was a spirited performance on home soil. Wets the whistle, doesn't it, for tomorrow's encounter with Brazil, who are having a torrid time of it here in Bulgaria. 79-68 then, Bulgaria outscoring Canada. And very good in all departments. And okay, not as many positive serves in the end as Canada, but those 8 serves happened when it really, really mattered at the back end of the sets. Now, how does that change things in our top 8? Canada under pressure again. They were moving positively towards a place in the finals after that win against Brazil, and this is the last thing they needed, to lose to Bulgaria, who retake their 12th position in the table, jumping ahead of Australia, who bumped them down one with their win earlier against China. What a brilliant day at the VNL office. This has been absolutely superb here in Varna today, with terrific wins for both France and Bulgaria. We've still got another day of action to come. Well, that's what the crowd came to see, a win for the home side. And not only did they see it, but they saw it in style. Plenty of highlights, mostly for Bulgaria towards the end of that set. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Let's take a look. With a big win at home, there is nothing quite like it. And I think we're going to hear from the Bulgarian libero, Teodor Salparov, down there on the sidelines. What a performance from him today. What a performance from his Bulgarian team.
Teddy, aggressive serve, some monster blocks, and maybe the positive energy from the stands. Were these the three keys to the great success today?
We have one conversation between us in our team. We spoke with the guys. For our fans, they need one victory in Varna for sure, because we lose 3 games in a row in Sofia before 2 weeks. For that season, we must give our best game today and our heart to the court, because they deserve this. So the fans, they deserve also, we deserve this. And I'm so happy because we play with very big energy, and we win 3-0 against a very difficult team for us. They beat us the last 3 games. For that season, I think we will have now more belief in ourselves for tomorrow.
You played your best game in the tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I think this is the best game for this tournament, and I hope to have more to the end, because we have four more games, and tomorrow we have one difficult team, Brazil. They lose 2 games. They need this victory for sure, because they want to go in finals in France. For that season, it will be very difficult for us, but we must play for these fans and for us.
How important was this win for the main goal, to be in the top level in the Nations League next year?
This victory was very important for our psychical, because after 3-0 against Canada with this game, I think we will go up, step by step up with level to the volleyball. We will see. I hope this was first step only.
Thanks.
Well done, Teddy. Well played, Bulgaria. And it sets the scene rather nicely, doesn't it, for tomorrow here in Varna. That's all from our Volleyball Nations League action here in Bulgaria for today. 2 great wins for France and Bulgaria, with another day of fixtures to come tomorrow as Canada take on France and host Bulgaria square up to the Olympic champions, Brazil. That's all coming up on the VNL tomorrow. But for now, thanks for your company, and thank you for being part of the game.